All right, so today we're going to go over the body row. Now, body row is an exercise that utilizes similar muscle groups to that of a pull-up. It's considered a basic exercise in comparison to the pull-up. So we're going to take a look at exactly what is the body row. Maria is going to help me demonstrate this exercise for you. And we're going to demonstrate it off of a couple of items. One is going to be rings, if you have access to it. If you don't have access to rings, it can be done on a bar, it can be done on a doorknob, it can be done a lot of places. All right, so let's have a look at the rings. If we're going to be using rings, first thing we'll need to do is adjust the rings accordingly. Maria, I'll have you step on this side if you don't mind. And what we're going to do is we're going to lower the rings to the height of the participant's chest. And then ideally you want to have them at equal height, even if the chest is not equal. I kid. All right. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to step into the rings, and ideally what you want to do is have your head directly located right beneath the bar that the rings are actually attached to, and your feet are going to take one very big step forward. Excellent. And then you're going to lay back. So the idea is to maintain a plank position. Even though you're inverted, maintain plank. We don't want your body going soft and bending and what have you. All right, so that being said, next what we're going to have Maria do is she's just going to elevate her chest high up, trying to get the rings into the armpits, and then return the motion. Just do a few repetitions if you could, Mar. One more, please. Thank you. Stop right there, and then step back. Okay, so it's a fairly straightforward exercise. So let me just go over a few things I noticed people who are not used to doing this movement, they're kind of a little bit leery of. One of the things, of course, is the actual start of the exercise. Very often when people grab the rings, being uncomfortable with the movement, your nervous system may not be aware of what exactly it ought to be doing. When you take that first big step forward here, notice how she's already got her arms bent to prepare her body to lower. A lot of people don't think to have your arms bent to prepare the lowering of it, and as a result, they feel like they're about to fall. So just make sure, come right back up, Merck, one step back. Yeah, so just look at this movement again, just take the big step forward, and already the arms are bent. This is gonna help you control getting your body into a lowered position and a plank position. Outside of that, it's really a question of pulling yourself upright. Now, the further her legs travel in front of her, the greater the resistance, meaning the harder the exercise becomes. The lower the rings, the harder the exercise becomes. So when she has her legs way out here with her eyes almost directly below the bar, that's about as hard as this exercise can get. So really more advanced for those of you more accustomed to this. To make it easier, if you find yourself when you're doing this exercise, is back your feet up a little bit, yeah, right there, and then pull. This is a lot easier, but if you want to make it easier still, back up some more, Mer, right there. And from there, pull. Awesome. And then back up even more, right up, nice, good. And then pull here. She's almost, even though she goes back in a plank position, you can see she's actually almost standing upright. So you can really do a lot of control in terms of added resistance or lesser resistance with a body row, which is why we like using this, because it really caters to the absolute beginner as well as somebody more advanced. If you really want to make it advanced, a super easy thing to do, Mer, put your legs way out in front. Is get your feet up on a box so you literally do become completely inverted plank. That's truly advanced. All right, so come down. So that's the body row. The idea of the body row is to vary the resistance to a degree that is challenging for you. It's not to look for the easiest way through this. So if you have to start in a near upright position, that's fine. But ideally, progressively, the idea is to make it increasingly difficult. You have to remember one thing. This never gets easier. You get stronger. Now take a look at the body row, but this time on a bar. All right, so now we're going to take a look at doing a body row using a bar. So if you're the gym that you have access to or at home, if you don't have access to gymnastic rings, that's okay. You can also use a bar. Now here's the deal with the bar. the bar in and of itself weighs, an Olympic bar that is, weighs 45 pounds, a standard Olympic bar. And that's kind of risky, I think, to do a body row exercise on just a bar. Because if you look at the standard racks, you don't have a lot of play, and most humans weigh more than a 45-pound bar. So what I would recommend you do, just for added security, is just grab perhaps a plate. I got it, Mer. So you're gonna grab a plate and put it on both sides, and this is gonna weigh the bar down, which will give you added security. It's a protective measure more than anything else. All right, so now Maria's gonna demonstrate using the bar, the exact same movement of a body row. Don't go so far forward, go back a little bit there. Okay, beautiful, right there. So again, we're going into a full extension at the bottom of a plank position, and then pulling herself up to the bar. It's the exact same movement. It's actually easier to do on a bar because there's more security and the bar doesn't move around as the gymnastic rings would otherwise do. Yeah, that's very good. So do a few more repetitions. And again, the same protocol would apply in that. The further she moves forward, the more resistance she's gonna have. The further she moves back, the less of the resistance. So utilize it according to what where your strength level's at, but a little bit outside of your comfort zone. That's what's always gonna be important, that you constantly challenge your muscles to progress. That's body row on the bar.